Hi, team. Have any of you ever had a morning like this? You wake up to your alarm clock, you press the snooze button no less than 5 times. When you finally do roll out of bed, your kids are already up, screaming, fighting with each other, sometimes half naked. You look at the clock and realize that you are late, really late, and you need to get your kindergartner and your preschooler fed, clothed, teeth brushed, and to school. And you are already behind. The day has not even started and you are majorly behind. You tell them to get their clothes on and brush their teeth. They're yelling back at you that they have no clean clothes. And guess what? You have no clean clothes either because you didn't get the laundry done. And so you are pulling from your dirty laundry pile and theirs once again. And the day is not off to a good start. It's chaotic, it's frustrating, and everyone's scrambling. When you finally do get them clothed and teeth brushed, you're downstairs packing lunches last minute, getting the things in their book bag that they need. You're grabbing your cup of coffee and you don't even get breakfast. So look, I've been there so many times, and the days that I don't implement a morning routine, I'm right there with you. Hopefully, maybe none of your mornings look like this, but mornings in my house, they can be pretty ugly. And what I've come to realize is that's my doing, because as a mom, one of my responsibilities is to be organized and to plan ahead a little bit. So, my talk today is based on this book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And if I could get this book for each of you for Christmas or for New Year's especially, it'd be a great book to read at the start of the year, I would. It's available on Amazon. I highly recommend it. I want to start this little talk about the morning routine with this quote from the book. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person you become. That is powerful. That quote stopped me in my tracks when I read it. And it's incredibly true. I think that a lot of us, we want to grow our businesses and we want it to be a thriving success. But we're kind of a mess, myself included. And what I've come to realize is just focusing on your business isn't the one thing that's going to make your business grow. You need to focus on your business, yes, but first you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on growing yourself a little bit. And the reason it's important to keep growing and improving ourselves is if we feel depleted, that is going to show up in all aspects of our lives, in our family life, in our personal life, spiritual life, in our business for sure. You can't run on fumes. And I did that the first year that I was in UBAM. It wasn't ideal, and I don't recommend that for anyone. So let's implement a morning routine. Here's what mine looks like. Well, instead of saying what mine looks like, first I'm going to talk about Hal's morning routine. So it goes by the acronym SAVERS, SAVERS. Silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing. What I've gathered from this and trying to do this over like the last year is that perfectionism is not the goal. The goal is not to follow this to a perfect T and beat yourself up if you forget one of the things. What I've done is I take this and I adapt it to me and what are the important things that I do each morning. And here's what it is, and it starts at night. So instead of putting the kids to bed and jumping right into work, I come down, I clean the kitchen, because the last thing I want to do in the morning is come down to a dirty kitchen, right? There's like nothing worse than starting the day off to like looking at last night's dirty dishes and last night's dinner. Yuck. I make lunches for the kids. I fill up book bags with water bottles and papers. I do everything possible the night before to prepare for the next day. I lay out their clothes. I straighten up. I put a load of laundry in. That takes me about 35 minutes. Then I can sit down. The house is relatively picked up. Things are ready to go for the next day, and I can work. And then instead of stopping and crashing when I'm done my work time, I leave 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes at the end of my work time to making a priority list for the next day so that when I have pockets of time to work my business, I know what I'm doing. If I have a Facebook party in 3 days that I haven't set up yet, that's the first thing that needs to be on my priority list. So just make a list and go through your list and prioritize it. And then you get the satisfaction of crossing things off, because who doesn't like crossing things off a to-do list, right? And then the next morning comes, and instead of ignoring my alarm clock 5 times, rolling out of bed, and the whole system, the whole thing happening again, I come downstairs. I wake up before my kids, at least half an hour, preferably an hour. I come downstairs, I get my coffee, I get something to eat, not sugary, something with protein. I like eggs or something like that that's going to sustain me until lunch. So I have fuel in my system. Far too often I'm running on fumes. And that's one of my goals for 2017 and has been my goal for part of 2016. But I can't ignore myself. You can only forget that you're human for so long before things begin to crumble around you. Okay, so feed yourself good food, exercise, be good to yourself, guys. Treat yourselves kindly. So after I come down and I get my coffee and my breakfast, the thing that I have pulled from the Miracle Morning routine, Hal's routine that I like, is reading. I am always reading something motivational and inspirational in the morning. And even if I can only get 2 pages read, that's okay. This is not the time where I'm going to read my favorite murder mystery or a novel. I'm going to read something that's going to be developing myself or my business. So there are lots of books I've read and that other leaders have read and that we can all share with each other. I love Take the Stairs, The One Thing, The 11 Laws of Likability. There are so many great books that just make you think and inspire you to start your day and not be in that place of deficit already. So then when my kids get up, I feel refreshed, like I've had time to myself and I've built in some margin there. Margin is my word for 2017. I want to allow margin in my life so that I'm not rushing around crazed, hungry, and unshowered throughout my day. I want to involve margin, to have margin in my life so that I can feel good about how I'm working my business and how it's meshing with my family and other things that are important to me. So I hope that helps you guys. Comment below if you have a morning routine that you like, that works for you. If you're interested in Hal's Miracle Morning, there's a Facebook group called Miracle Morning Community. It's a great group to keep yourself accountable and read some motivational things about people who have been doing this system. Give it a try, see how it works for you, and you have nothing to lose. Thanks.